So, Paul, thank you for joining us here on the podcast. I guess it was a difficult start to the season for Worcester, but what really was behind the turnaround in your team's form? What aspects did you focus on changing to really turn around the team's fortunes at the minute?
Yeah, it was a difficult start. We had quite a big turnaround in players again this season, but I think the turnaround was just really getting in the right people who actually wanted to commit to the club and who were going to work and train hard both on and off the floor. And I think one of the big turnarounds when we actually went to Manchester and played up there, and obviously Dusha was out injured for a couple of weeks and got back in, and things just seemed to have fallen into place. And since then we've added players to the roster who of the same mindset and work ethic, who all trust each other and want to work hard for each other. And we've gone on this tremendous sort of run of wins so far at this point in time, and it's a very, very happy team right now.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned that team spirit, that tenacity. How important, from your perspective, having coached and played for so long in the BBL, how important is it to have a good team spirit? How does that affect the team's performances throughout the season?
It's huge, because if you've got a couple of players who maybe not buying into the team ethos and the work ethic, it can bring everybody else down, and that sort of needs to be dealt with. But right now, the team I have right now, they're a fun bunch to be around. It's great working with them because they're engaged, they're very attentive, they work hard for each other, they're competitive, and they challenge each other in training, and that's what you want as a coach. It makes coaching a lot easier when you have a team or a group of players who want it as badly as you do.
Mm-hmm. And of course, mentioning the BBL Cup Final against Cheshire Phoenix, having won cup competitions yourself as a player and as a coach, what does it mean? What do cup competitions mean to everyone in basketball? How important are they to teams winning trophies and showing them to the fans?
I think when you're a club and you get to a certain point, it is about winning. It's about sort of showing that either you're the best team throughout a season, so showing that consistency, or that you're able to get to finals and give yourself an opportunity to win things. And I have been fortunate enough to be able to do that both as a player and as a coach, and with my third team now doing the same thing. So I'm very proud of that fact. But it's having a group of players who actually want that as bad as you do, and who want to work with you to have that same goal, really. And they know that if we're winning, everybody looks good, and it doesn't come down to just the one personality. So we're working very, very hard with each other, and really looking forward to this BBL Cup Final.
Mm-hmm. And how does your approach change going into a cup game compared to a BBL league fixture game? Is there a mentality change, knowing that there's the extra pressure of facing elimination, or do you go into it with exactly the same mindset?
Same mindset, try and be as calm as I usually am, really. We prepare well, and we watch film, and we'll look at certain situations we want to deal with should they come up during the game. But preparation for me, I try and keep it as normal as possible. And obviously, yes, it's going to be different because we'll be playing in front of whatever 8,000-10,000 people, so it's going to be different. So you don't know how the players are going to respond to that kind of atmosphere. But I think I've got some guys here who've played in front of big crowds before, and as I say, as long as we do our homework right and we've prepared well, the players just need to go out there and deliver, and so we'll just prepare as we normally do, be as thorough as we possibly can, and then hopefully we can perform on the day.
Mm-hmm. And of course, having just beaten Cheshire in cup competition, would you say that gives your team a little bit of edge going into the BBL Cup Final, that you know what they're about and you know that this team can be beaten?
Well, I mean, some people might say that. I just think, going to the Cup Final, I think it's going to be a totally different atmosphere. It's a big-time occasion. There's a lot on the line. There's a chance of both teams winning some sort of silverware. So it's a great place to be. So, beating them in the trophy quarter-final just means that we're in another semi-final. We give ourselves a chance to get to another final, which is fantastic. But I think come the BBL Cup Final, it'll be a different story. Yes, we've played Cheshire twice this year, and we've beaten them twice, so we know we can beat them if we stick to the game plan and play to our ability. They don't know whether they can beat us yet because they haven't done so. So they've still got to figure that out, and obviously we'll be making improvements looking ahead to the final.
And of course, when all the preparation is done, you get to the final, you get on the court at the Barclaycard Arena. It's going to be such a crazy atmosphere. What is it that players have to do in a final to outlast their opponents? What is it on the day that they have to do and they have to focus on specifically?
Well, I think as a coach, if you've prepared your team well and the players individually, all they've got to do is go out and perform and almost forget about the crowd that's around them playing on this big stage, and that's what it's about. Sometimes you see teams who have got to finals. They don't show up, and after the first quarter, the game's lost. So, we don't want to be in that situation. So we want to treat it as just another game, although it isn't. It's still a big occasion. But just try and keep the players as focused and as calm as possible, to allow them to go out there and play to the best of their ability and perform on the day.
And if you were to win the BBL Cup Final, what would it mean to the Worcester fan base and the Worcester community? Because, of course, Worcester haven't won the BBL Cup before. They've won the trophy, they've won the playoff championships, but the cup's still on the list. What would it mean to bring that to Worcester?
Well, it'd be great. We'll be creating a little bit of history for the club. We've been terrible in the cup, since I've been here at the club. So, it's fantastic to have finally got over that hoodoo and got to the final. But it's going to mean so much to the club, not only the players and myself and the coaching staff, but all those other people who are, in the back room supporting the team, who go unseen. And there's a lot of people who've been involved in the club for many, many years. A little bit of payback for them. And of course, you've got the University of Worcester who back the team and provide us with a lot of resources so that we can do what we do. So again, it's a bit of an away day for them that they can celebrate and then makes it all worthwhile. So just fantastic for the city of Worcester all round.
And of course, going into these type of games and going on later into the season, potentially playoff contention, having players available like LVC Dusha, like Dylan Pajinski, and even guys like Trayvon Palmer, having all those kind of players available, is that something that you're perhaps lucky to have as a coach, having such great players both offensively and defensively at your disposal?
I don't think so. I don't think I'm lucky to have them. I think we've gone out, we've recruited really well. We've recruited players who I feel can get the job done for this club, and so I don't think there's luck to do with that. I think it's just doing your homework on players well, and Dusha is a player who I knew could come in and could be a facilitator and organise a team, and still a lot to learn, but I think he's done a fantastic job over the last couple of months, and we've got players throughout the whole team, and it's a matter of letting them understand that they can play. This is your role, and this is what I expect from you, and as long as they do that, and everybody gets what's coming to them. And so far, the last couple of months, that's been working fantastically well, and we've got the rewards from that, and the players have got their individual rewards from that as well. So, all together, it all starts to fit together like a jigsaw. So, I'm not surprised about what we're doing with the players we've recruited.
And with the players available, I guess it's difficult to beat the likes of Newcastle's and Leicester's, but Worcester have shown consistently this season just how good they are. When the team does come together, closing in on playoff time, are you convinced that perhaps they can contend against the best teams in the BBL this season?
Yeah, I mean, we know we can. We have to a certain point, and we've fallen down in key moments of the game, but that's when we're a totally different team now than we were when we played Newcastle before, or when we played Leicester even last couple of weeks when we played Leicester. We're different now than we were then. So, I think we're playing with a lot of confidence. We know we've got a very talented team. We know that if we all perform on the day and play well at the same time, we're on the same page, and that we can challenge anybody. So, we don't have anybody to fear out there. We know we go and play for 40 minutes and we'll give ourselves a chance of beating teams, including the likes of Newcastle and Leicester.
Okay, thank you, Paul. Thank you very much.